Hey folks, here at OS Reviews. You're watching our video unboxing and first impressions look at the Cube iPlay 8. As the name suggests, this is a portable 8-inch tablet, and the most interesting thing is its price. It might be the cheapest tablet that I've come across yet. The version I have here comes with 1 gig of RAM and 8 gigs of built-in storage, so it's definitely a budget device, but it sells for under $50, around $45 sometimes, so it's very, very low cost. What's also interesting is its aspect ratio. Using 4:3, it's about the same as something like the iPad mini, which means it has a slightly boxier shape than you would used to see on an Android tablet, which tends to have 16:9. As a result, if you're browsing the web, playing back games, this makes for actually a better viewing experience than some typical devices in the same price range. There's also a version of the tablet which has 16 gigs of built-in storage that sells for slightly more. Alright, so the packaging here is very simple. There's some cardboard and there's some info documented on the side. There's access to a 3,500 milliamp hour capacity battery, and on the back some basic specs as well. Let's slice open the sticker here. And inside we have just the tablet itself. We'll take a closer look at this in a second. Underneath we have what looks like a micro USB cable for charging and syncing. It takes about 2 hours to completely charge. And there is also kind of a quality control sticker in addition to a user manual for the iPlay 8, printed in this pretty complete full color format, and it has both Chinese as well as English, so you can see how to use it. It's running on a pretty stock or vanilla build of Android, it seems like. It does support dual band Wi-Fi. It also has Bluetooth. There is a micro SD card to expand on the memory, so it is fairly fully featured as far as the standard essentials are concerned. Right, so taking it out of this sleeve, we have just the tablet itself. Again, it looks much more expensive than something that's just $50. It's really hard to believe how far technology has come in terms of budget and lower end devices in general, because just a few years ago this would probably have cost hundreds. So in terms of specifications, we have a pretty typical MediaTek quad-core chipset on board. Again, there's that 7.85-inch display rounded up to 8 inches. That battery capacity running on Android 6.0, so it's not as up to date as Android Nougat or Marshmallow. But with that being said, it's good enough for downloading most games and content on the Play Store. There's that Wi-Fi, and again, the dimensions very similar to an iPad mini. In fact, you can hold it in one hand almost and use it as a phablet. Relatively small bezels. Front-facing camera is probably around 1 megapixel, so pretty low in terms of resolution count. The screen here is glossy, and it is made out of what seems like a mesh between plastic or glass. The side here, you can see that the tablet is fairly slim. There's access to the micro SD card slot for memory. The top here features the what looks like a mini HDMI port, micro USB for charging and for syncing, and a standard 3.5mm headphone jack for listening to music. The side here features access to the controls for the volume, a power switch, and that's it. The bottom just has a simple microphone. On the back, we have access to the kind of company's logo. There's another sticker. Let's peel this back. And we have just the company's logo and the iPlay 8. And finally, there is a mono speaker on the bottom here, along with a 2-megapixel camera on the back for taking images. So the tablet here is made out of plastic as opposed to metal or aluminum, and that is one of the areas where the cost was kind of lowered to reach this very attractive price. But otherwise, it feels pretty good in the hand. It's not super lightweight. It feels well built enough, especially considering the bargain price. The screen here is using IPS technology, and powering it on, it seems like we are graded to the standard Android setup screen. So let's progress and see if we have to sign into Wi-Fi, entering a name for the tablet at the moment. Progressing through some of the setup, we can see that the screen is actually pretty good in terms of the overall viewing experience. You can see that colors are actually fairly vibrant, and since it's using IPS technology, viewing angles aren't bad either. It's not a completely laminated screen. There is a very small gap between the front glass and also the display underneath, but overall it's good enough, and I suspect the brightness here isn't even all the way up, but you can see that it already is fairly bright as far as visibility usability, at least indoors it seems, and colors again are pretty good for the price. Bezels are small, the screen seems relatively sensitive, and again at $50, other competitors may include mainstream options like the Amazon Fire series of tablets, but those really only make sense if you are tied into Amazon's ecosystem. If you already purchase Amazon Prime and you're subscribed, because you're really pushing Amazon content. If you want something that is removed from Amazon so that you can download the games and content that you want, it's kind of free from the ads, then this might be a better option altogether. Furthermore, it has, in my opinion, a slightly better aspect ratio. Resolution of the display is 720p, so not bad at all, again, at the size, and especially considering the price tag. Again, the experience on here is very stock Android, so we have access to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, there's Miracast, and we do have access to a standard app drawer on the bottom here, and there's almost no bloatware that's pre-installed, as you can see. Almost everything you'll find from a clean vanilla build of Android, including the browser. There is access to Google services. There's an FM radio on here that probably uses the headphones as the antenna, Gmail, and that's pretty much it. There's access to Google search. You can see the accelerometer is fully working, and if we just go into settings, we can confirm that it is running on, again, Android version 6.0, and indeed. So again, a fairly impressively stock install of Android for a low-cost device. So that's pretty much it as far as our unboxing and first impressions look at the Cube iPlay 8. Again, this is a portable 8-inch Android tablet that has a unique aspect ratio similar to the iPad mini, but more importantly comes at the very low price of around $50. And be sure to stay tuned for our full review coming out soon, but this has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews.